Yeah, by
I
all means.
appreciate that, bro. Where you at? What city you in?
I just moved out to Marietta. I used to live out in Whittier.
Okay, where's Marietta?
Marietta's in the Inland Empire, like kind of next to Riverside.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah,
That's what's
well,
up.
yeah. So yeah, I'll ask you right now, but it'll be like part of the interview. So we'll go ahead
Okay,
and get into it right here. But
sounds good.
cool. Well, I don't have an introduction for this podcast. I'm still very indecisive when it comes to that stuff. But I do go by Tony Oddball. This is an odd conversation here with a very special guest,
Foxter.
FOXSTA'S. Cool, man. And you know what? I'm not gonna lie to you. I completely forgot how I even came across your name in the first place. That's usually how I kind of start these things too. But we'll flow right into things right here. But I tried to do some research. Couldn't really find too much, like at least immediately. So I'm gonna ask some basic questions, get those out the way before we get digging deep. But so where you from and how long you been making music for?
I'm from Los Angeles, and I've been making music since like 2010,
Mm.
2009, 2010. That's when I like first started actually recording. You know what I'm saying? Vocals on beats and mixing it and trying to get it out there.
Hmm. Yeah, definitely. And like I think personally to me, I think the first song I've ever like listened to was actually "Focused" off the "Don't Sleep in the Trophy Room" album.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
and I'm not gonna lie, man. Like I've always liked that kind of sound. Not many people do it nowadays. It's very hard to come by an artist like that. And I don't know. It kind of gets me just wanting to like get busy with something, whether it's like doing this podcasting or working on some other shit. It makes me want to just be productive. More
Right,
likely.
exactly,
Hmm.
exactly. That's mainly what I go for. You know what I'm saying? I'm just doing me, but when I reflect on my music and like try to figure out what is it that like when I'm reflecting on my music as a consumer, you know what I'm saying? It's motivation music.
Yeah.
Like you said, the main thing is to get up and do something, whatever it is, be the best at it, give it your all. You know what I'm saying? And go for what it is that is meant for you.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And so, can we, get into influences real quick? What kind of like helped like mold your craft together?
Just my upbringing. You know what I'm saying? I guess just my environment. You know what I'm saying? Molded the artist that I am. I don't really have any like people in the rap game or that were in the rap game in my family. All my family on my dad's side though, they're all singers, like
Mm.
gospel singers. They sing in a choir and things like that. Like everybody from like the smallest, like my smallest cousin to my great aunt. All of them sing. So I think that would be like some of the what I'm saying strings that connected me to music.
For sure. I mean, like, how about like rap style and such?
Oh, rap style, man, it's just shit. I mean, some of my favorite artists, Eminem, Tupac, Max B.
Mm.
Um, yeah, and a lot of my homies too. A lot of my homies influenced me as well. Rich Rumble, Cazo, Zoo Mouth. But I don't think I necessarily got my style from any particular place. I think it just kind of developed from like just staying in the lab and staying creative. Like man, cause I listen to all types of sounds, man, from underground music to like I ain't big on like radio shit, but I do listen to it, and I like music from all around the country. You know what I'm saying? Music from everywhere. So it's like I think this is a big melting pot of being a music lover and loving music. And my dad exposed me to East Coast and West Coast music even when I was a kid. I think that all just created what it is you hear today.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what kind of character were you growing up?
Say it again.
What kind of character were you growing up?
Man, funny dude, always smiling, but I'll fight you real quick. It was a mixture of everything. I grew up in South Central,
Hmm.
and around middle school, like right after middle school, when high school started, I moved out to the valley with my dad, the San Fernando Valley. So,
Mm.
I went from like being young in South Central. You gotta be able to fight. You gotta be witty. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of creativity that comes out of that area. You know what I'm saying? And when I came to the valley, I think I got more exposed to like in my hood in LA. I grew up with all Mexicans and black people. You know what I'm saying? And then when I came out to the valley, I met a lot more white people, Armenians, Asians. But a bunch of just like North Hollywood is a big melting pot. So I think that my character grew when I moved out here because I was exposed to more different lifestyles and ways of living, cultures.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I feel you on that. I mean, I originally grew up out in Fontana and such, and it was always a lot of fights, like practically every day. And when I moved out to Whittier, La Mirada, it really wasn't as active as it was.
Right.
So
Exactly.
it had like a little good taste of both type of like sceneries, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
No, 100%. That's how North Hollywood is. It's like the average person, they think Hollywood first. So they think about the lights, the cameras, the stars on the floor. So when people think of North Hollywood, they kind of associate it with that same type of environment. But when you come out here to the Valley, man, it's like you say, this is pockets of rawness. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Along with the people that, the actors, the actresses, the musicians, the photographers, and all that lifestyle. But they definitely have a whole different dark side to it as well.
Oh, absolutely. And so, yeah, I think that's like another reason why, like being like kind of like settling in both those types of environments, my taste in music is very wide. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so that's why like I can listen to anything from like a popular type of artist all the way down to like underground to even like gangster rap to like just conscious rap, whatever kind of like hip hop it is. I'm very diverse in it.
Right.
But like that I like that though. It kind of just keeps me in tune with everything.
Exactly, and I think that's how you're supposed to be. I mean, everybody's gonna be who and how they're supposed to be. How they were made to be. But for me, I think that I like to be conscious to everything. I wouldn't call myself a worldly person, but I like to tap in and understand different things, different music styles that are not from where I'm from, styles that I may not be able to initially relate to. You know what I'm saying? Because the world is big, the world is huge, so it's a lot of music, a lot of scenes, a lot of different styles and sounds from places that we may have never heard from before.
Yeah, definitely. And so that's why I'm gonna transition this just a little bit off to like ask you a certain question such as like what does prolific mean to you?
Prolific just means of many works. That's the dictionary definition for it. Prolific was just like one of my boys, my boy D Real. He will always tell me like for the last years, he's like, man, your music is prolific, man, your style is prolific, and I think that correlating to what we just spoke about, prolific means of many works. So prolific means many different styles, many different ways, and I think that prolific, the feeling of prolific, and the embodiment of prolific is correlating to me and you just speaking about how I listen to a bunch of different stuff, different sounds. We've been around different people, different places, different everything. So it makes you a well-rounded person. So prolific to me is just well-rounded. Prolific means just not inside of not stuck inside of a hole, not stuck inside of one box. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you on that. Me, like, I'm going to go, like, with a typical response with, prolific with, Nipsey. I'm not going to front just because first time ever hearing that word was off the Victory Lap album. And I remember, and it's weird because, I mentioned this in a couple of interviews already, but, like, Nipsey was, like, I was a fan of Nipsey for his interviews before I listened to any music. Like, I kept up with every interview up until maybe, like, Victory Lap came out, and then I decided to check out his music.
Right.
And so, obviously, first thing he says, prolific, so gifted. I'm the type that's going to go and get it. No kidding. So, yeah, and so that's why I was like, okay, but I believe that album came out in 2018. So that's why when I seen your album, Prolific, in 2017, I was like, okay, like, this thing must have been around for a minute, you know what I mean? Or this guy was just on his own path,
Right, and I think that's what it was, man, because, much love to Nip, you know what I'm saying, for sure. That's another, his business mindset and his music, you know what I'm saying, that's a legend, and he's from my city, you know what I'm saying, so he's always been an inspiration and motivation for me. But like you said, like my boy was calling me prolific maybe 2012, 2013, like some of my earliest mixtapes, I would be promoting the release of Prolific. Like 2013, I had a song, and on the end of the song, I was like, Prolific coming soon, So I think it was just a word that just stuck around with me,
Yeah, and another thing too that I remember Nipsey mentioning it. I forgot. I think it was a Rap Radar interview where he kind of talked about like what like songs needed for them to be a hit, and it's something that I've seen. I noticed in every one of your songs that I've listened to at least is it has climax. You know what I'm saying? Like you have like a great. Besides just the hook, you have like a good hit when it comes to certain parts of the song, so people can look forward to everything besides the hook. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. Real shit. I appreciate that, bro. For real.
It's all good. I mean, with the yeah track with Rick's Rumble, that one's a bopper, man. I'm not gonna front. That was like your latest single, no?
Yeah, we haven't even. It's funny because it's on Apple Music already, but we haven't started the promotional run for it. We're gonna start that next week. But I'm glad you tapped in and got to see that as released and listen to it.
No, absolutely, man. And it's kind of my job in a sense. To try to get ahead of the game like that. So I mean, if you need help pushing it and stuff, let me know. I'll put it on my story and stuff.
For sure, always.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this interview's not gonna come out for maybe a month from now, maybe just in case, just because. I'll be doing these interviews every week, like almost every day, and then. I don't want to like overwhelm everybody, so I just want to do like space them out and such. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's what's up. Yeah, for sure. It's good that you're getting out there. How long you been doing it for?
I've been doing interviews for a couple of years, but I've been like so inconsistent until quarantine came up, and so now with quarantine coming on, I've just been launching like nonstop with them since maybe a month and a half now.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah, and so covering a lot of ground, and so I do plan on like expanding a lot more. So.
That's right.
There we go. Cool. So, can we talk about like your writing process? Like, is there like any rituals to your type of methods when it comes to writing music?
One thing about me and music, one thing I can say about my writing is I don't write if I'm not motivated. I don't force myself to make songs every day, every hour, every minute. I definitely make it my job to either. I call it unloading and downloading. Uploading and downloading. So, sometimes in writing, when I don't have what it is I need to download onto a song, onto a pen and pad, I upload. So I watch movies for inspiration, watch different interviews, documentaries, and things like that. So when and even just experiences in life, I just go out and experience. I just allow myself to experience and upload all these memories, feelings, new knowledge, and then when it's time, I download it onto the beat, But my writing process, I wouldn't say it's I don't have no specific ritual, Sometimes I love writing in the car. Sometimes I like writing in the studio. Sometimes I like writing on a pen and pad. Sometimes I like writing on my phone. It's just for me, the main thing with writing for me is just being inspired and having something to talk about. It's definitely a certain type of message that I want to put out there, or a certain type of feeling I want to put out there every time I drop a song. So when I get that feeling, I can't really define what it is, but when I get that feeling, I know I got it, and I start to write, start to like I said, download onto the beat because I have something to speak on. I have something I want to share. So as long as I got something I want to share, I can always write. And when I don't, like I said, just upload, experience, live life, and then when it's time. Music always, I always make my way back over to write, and recording. So, it's kind of just going with the flow for me.
For sure. And so, quick question, because I did see. I think you were like, I don't know if you were like in the studio or just like around, another artist, Maya Hiana. Is that how you say her last name?
Maya Hiana.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. See, I always fuck her last name up all the time. But like. I don't know, like you guys like ever work, in the works of anything right now?
Yeah, we worked on a few songs. We eventually would drop something. We just been, like I said, we just in the studio all the time. So just recording, writing, and creating. And when we have that right sound that we want to collab on, then we'll start to release more music.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, aside from her, are there any artists that you're like currently in the works with right now?
Man, most of it work with my team. Still Life Nation. So that's Rich Rumble, Zoomouth, Kazo, and I got a few artists I fuck with, but for the most part, I stick to my team. Like I'm down to collab. I got a few people I collab with, but like currently at this moment, I'm really working on a lot of solo music, and and like I said, working with my team.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, what was the name of the team again? Or like, is it like a collective or just like kind of just your whole thing?
Yeah, I would call it a family. You know, like all of us is day one homies that just turned and we all started making music. You know, around the same time, way back when. But Still Life Nation,
Still Life?
Still Life, like Rasta, Gangsta, Still Life.
Ah, all right, for sure, for sure. You know, for sure. Do you have like a page or anything like that on Instagram? Like that's kind of like a family page?
Say it again.
Do you have like a family page like that on Instagram or anything?
Oh yeah. If you go to Still Life Nation, at Still Life Nation, STALIFENATION, that's the family page. You know, like we haven't done a lot of uploading on it, but definitely like you'll be able to see the different artists that are on there and the different, you know, everybody that's inside of the collective. And we also got a website, stilllifenation.com, and it has the links to all the active artists right now.
All right, man. Cool. You just put me on to a bunch of people. I'm reach out to everybody pretty much. You know, you know, if I like what I like, you know, like that's like another thing too I like about this platform that I'm creating is that everybody that's that I've interviewed, it's definitely people that I would listen to on my own time. You know what I mean?
Right.
I want others to do that. You know, I don't want to just interview someone just because they're popular at the moment. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you on that for sure. And that's the same thing. Like when it comes to me doing collabos, like I'm not rushing to just collab with everybody because I got a few homies that's fan base is super up there. You know, hundreds of thousands of fans, but I don't rush to just collaborate with everybody. You know, because I think that if something's supposed to happen, it's going to happen naturally. You know, even if you need to put an effort into creating that scenario, it'll still happen naturally. I don't feel like, especially good music is not forced. So, yeah, like you said, like, same thing with your interviews is with me and my features. Like, I don't rush just to feature with somebody just because they got a fan base or just because something that's other than we can make some good music together.
Absolutely. And so, can we talk about performances real quick?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, do we have like any memorable times, like whether you're on stage or before the show or after the show, like any tour like stories at all?
Oh yeah, man. I mean, my first big show was at not the airliner, at the Roxy on Sunset. I performed. I opened up for Kid Ink back in the day, and it was like his first like headlining show in Hollywood. You know, super packed audience. They did the whole like big promotion, the billboards, the posters. They said my name on the radio, and that was my first time hearing my name on the live radio, when it was promoting it. So that was a super exciting time for me. My mom, my friends, grandma, everybody came to support, So the funny thing about that show was, like, I had done a few shows before then, but I never done any shows with that many people. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like, whatever the Roxy, whatever their cap is, their capacity is, it was over that. So I didn't have a sound check for that show that day, and I came late. Like, I was still used to just doing like, little backyard shows and the little mic checks and things. So I come to that show, and I didn't do a sound check, so I didn't know what the stage looked like. And I think we got there about 15 to 20 minutes before we went on stage. Mm-hmm. So I didn't even get to see the crowd. I didn't get to see nothing. So I'm upstairs getting ready to come out. And as soon as I come out, I see 2,000 people. Whatever their capacity is, and I was like, oh shit! It was like the Matrix. Like I had just took LSD or something. Everything became super vivid, and I was like, yo, this is crazy. So long story short, the energy from the crowd and everybody screaming and yelling, the energy from the crowd made me go off. I just started, giving it all I can, all my energy, and I'm doing 5 songs, and I gave all my energy with that first song, and I was getting so hyped by the time that song ended, and I actually got a chance to, take a breath. I was out of breath, and I was like, oh shit, I couldn't breathe, and I kind of turned around, I turned my back to the crowd for a second and needed to catch my breath, and luckily the next song was a feature with my bros. Mm-hmm. So I think Rick had the first verse on that next song, you know what I'm saying? So while he was going off to open up the song, I was able to catch my breath, but I thought I almost thought I was going to have to walk off stage or something because I was just drained. Like, my energy was just shot. It was like an adrenaline dump. You know what I'm saying? So that was a dope, memorable, experience with music because from there I learned to hold my energy more. And I think as I did more shows and more tours and more things of that nature, I just learned and grew a resistance. I grew stamina for doing live shows. So now I could do a 30-minute show and give 100% energy the whole time. But that was dope experiences because it was new and I learned something new from that experience.
No, absolutely. I mean, when there's no one here at the house at all, man, I'd be fucking having my own concerts in my room. I'll be fucking out of breath.
Right?
Like I'll be singing other people's shit and as if it's mine, and like I'll be sweating and fucking way out of breath and shit. So I understand how it could be. Well, I have an idea how it can be. I never did it. Obviously, I never performed for a big crowd, but I can only imagine how it is. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's dope. It's a dope experience, man. It's nothing like it for me. Performing is I love making music. I love the recording and the writing process, but like the performance process is like when you get to put everything all the energy and all the emotions and all the creativity that you put into writing and recording the song. A performance is when all that is put on display. I think even more than listening to the song itself. You know what I'm saying? Because you get to actually project the emotions and the feelings that you had when you made it, and you get to project and look fans in the eyes and show them exactly what you felt and what you meant and what you want them to feel during a live show. So live shows are one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah, for sure, man. And so, do you drink, smoke, or anything?
Nah, man. I'm clean, man. I used to smoke super heavy, but I haven't smoked in about 2 years, like 2.5 years.
Wow. Yeah, nah, that's good, man. Me, like, I'm a part-time smoker, I guess you could say. You know what I mean? Like, I don't function when I smoke weed, so I do it whenever I knock out sometimes. Not really an everyday thing. Oh, shit. Sorry, I had some KFC, so my fucking stomach's backing up on me a little bit. Oh, shit.
Man, you gotta watch out for that KFC, man.
Shit, I haven't had it in maybe a year, so it was worth it.
Right. I miss when they had those honey barbecue wings. Like when I was young, I used to get. You remember the honey barbecue wings?
Yeah.
The mini wings they had.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. I realized they don't have them no more.
No, they don't have them no more. That's when I stopped going.
I stopped eating KFC for the longest because in Fontana there was one around the corner. So my dad would always want it. So we would have it like 2, sometimes 3 times a week. And man, you get tired of it sometimes. You know what I mean?
No, I feel you. For sure.
Seriously. So, shit, man. So back on the, like this thing I do on the show where, with the whole quarantine going on as it is right now, and even though it got extended, let's just say it gets extended for the rest of the year. Okay, rest of 2020, the internet fucks up for some reason, even the streaming platform. So now you only have 3 options to listen to, either bands, artists, whatever. But it does come with a lot of discography features that whatever they're a part of. So who you rocking with for the rest of the year?
I'm gonna say Max B. Anything produced by Alchemist.
Ooh.
Yeah, anything produced by Alchemist. And right about now, it'll have to be anything from Griselda. All Griselda records. Griselda, Alchemist, and Max B. Right now.
Seriously.
That's off the top of the head.
Those dudes at Griselda are fucking ridiculous. Oh my god.
No.
Seriously, like I said, it's like you're probably like the 3rd person I interviewed that really mentioned someone from Griselda at least, and it's like every time I hear it, I'm like, dude, I'm ready to sell some dope right now. You know what I mean? Just like go out and like, make myself $1 or 2. Shit.
It puts you in that mood. It gets you ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Ready to hit them streets.
Seriously, and then all these viewers watching right now are like, oh, this fucking white boy. I mean, dude, come on, dude, telling me you don't think the same way? Come on, we all thinking it.
If you listen to Griselda, you definitely want to sell a key or 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Griselda, Pusha, Freddie Gibbs. Yep. Same shit. But Max B, man. So you're probably the first person I've heard that ever really mentioned Max B often. Well, not often, but like just as more than once, and especially as an influence as well too. Can you kind of get in depth with that a little more? Because I know who he is, I just don't listen to him like that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, that's a Silver Surfer, man. You know what I'm saying? He just like he's almost like how would you explain it? He's almost like just an entity in music. He is a sound. He created and was the blueprint for a lot of people's sound. Now, me, for the most part, I don't really take on in my music what a lot of people say other artists get from his music. For me, I just take on his just his level of content and how much music he released and the amount of time before he got put back in jail.
Mm-hmm.
He got, like if you type in Max B on Apple Music, man, if you type in Max B on Apple Music, I think at least like 30 projects pop up.
Wow.
And that was in a short span of, what was it, 2 years or something like that. I'm not really sure, before he went back to jail. So I just appreciate, you know what I'm saying, the amount of work he put out and just him being an individual. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he was him. Mm-hmm. He is him. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he's still locked up. He's supposed to get out soon. He's still releasing music. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like he is him. It's nobody like him. So I just, like, one of my homeboys from New York put me on to him when I was about like 21, 22. Like, he came by when we still was listening to CDs. He brought me 2 of Max B CDs, and it was like it reminded me of the first time. One of my homeboys brought me a mix CD that had Madlib, MF Doom, Quasimodo. You know what I'm saying? Guilty Simpson. It reminded me of when my homeboy brought me that CD because it was my first time listening to something like it. Like, my first underground CD changed my life. I think the same thing happened with Max B. Like, my first Max B CD was just like, it was something different. It was something I never heard before. It was beats, flows I never heard before on those type of beats, and just like, just a certain energy that was really, the energy was really relatable to me. You know what I'm saying? Especially during that time. So I think that's why, I started to fuck with him.
For sure, man. Damn. And, for, like, people that are, like, barely getting introduced to Max B for the first time, like, what's, like, a song that you would tell them, oh, scope this one out?
I would tell them to just go listen to the whole Domain Diego mixtape.
Domain Diego mixtape.
Yeah. I could say Dead Solver. You know what I'm saying? I could say, Blow Me a Dub, but I say just go listen to the whole Domain Diego mixtape. You know what I'm saying? And it'll give you, that'll be the best introduction to Max B, in my opinion.
For sure. And so, as for myself, like, if someone were to ask, what's, like, a song that I could listen to from FOXSTA, to see what's going on, it's like, dude, I'll tell them, yeah, but do you have, like, a different song do we kind of recommend to others?
I would recommend Numbers Don't Lie. That's off the Prolific album. I would recommend definitely Focus. Mm-hmm. I think that's one of my staple songs right now. I think that Focus really represents my mindset at the moment and the narrative I'm pushing. Mm-hmm. So, Numbers Don't Lie, Focus. Like you said, yeah. Just man, I would, if you want to start off with one song, just one song only, I say go to Focus. I think Focus will take you everywhere else.
Yeah, that's where I started out. So that's why, hearing that album and then going out, like, from, it's only a 5-song, like, project, I think, but, like, it goes down to a Bigger Picture. Bigger Picture is like a good ending for me. You know what I mean? I like that one. Mm-hmm.
Good looking. A lot of my homies, like, a lot of people that listened to it was like, man, you should have put Bigger Picture as the intro song. But for me, it's just like you said, it felt like a dope, smooth ending. And it felt like I ended on a good note. You know what I'm saying? Through the different emotions you hear in the other songs, I feel like I ended on a smooth, good, positive note with a Bigger Picture. Yeah,
and that's like one thing for myself, because I listen to people's music by albums. I don't listen to just singles. So when it comes to, like, the intro to a project, sometimes some intros are just too slow, or it takes too long to really get to the rise of it.
Right.
That's why, like, with Nipsey, like, it hit like the fuck, with the Victory Lap, it hit like right before it was like getting too long, but the rest of the song made up for it. So that's why I really feel if you had Bigger Picture, and for the intro, I probably would have, like, felt a different way about it at first. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
I think the same way as well. You know what I'm saying? I think, like you said, like, Focus, I'm getting straight to business. Like, a lot of when I first started making music, it was like that was still when, like, I was still learning and, getting my feet wet in music. So I was kind of trying to follow certain structures of other albums, and like for other albums, you know, when we hear it, like you said, the intro is super long and drawn out. Then you have the kind of love song somewhere in there, and then you saved all your best music for the end. And like I noticed that a lot of my good songs, like the songs that I actually wanted to get the recognition and get the people noticing it, were on the end of my project. So a lot of my best songs, in my opinion, were getting overlooked because, like you said, I had 6, 7, 8, 9 songs before that I was trying to lead you to the big songs that I wanted to promote. So now I kind of look at it as the opposite way. With this social media age, people's attention spans are short. So it's like, get straight to business. You know what I'm saying? If you could KO the first round, the first few seconds, that's what you should do. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, man, I totally agree with you there, man, because, you know, that's why, like, I like these in-depth conversations, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not, like, just Q&A or just simple, you know, this is what we're talking about in this video, you know, but,
right.
You know, sometimes you have to cut it up for people just so they can get intrigued for the rest of the interview, you know what I'm saying?
I agree. I agree with you.
For sure, man. So, one thing I did want to ask you, though, was, you know, for music videos that you had, because I love music videos, and, you know, I noticed it's been a minute since you released one, so, you know, like, I'm just trying to, well, aside from, you know, the whole COVID shit going on, you know, is there, like, any music videos in the process that we can, like, be looking forward to?
Yeah, you can definitely be looking forward to Focus. You can be looking forward to Yeah. And I'm getting ready to release another project. I don't have the exact name I want to title it yet, but I'm going to be releasing another project within the next 2 months, month and a half. So for that project, I'm doing videos for every single song. The reason why I haven't done a lot of videos in the recent times is because I think I started to get how would you say, like, picky, or like I want a certain look, you know what I'm saying, and that look takes a budget. You get what I'm saying? Like, they don't have to be super Hollywood fucking, you know what I'm saying, Steven Spielberg videos, but I just want a certain quality. And with me being self-contained and just me and my team, I'm investing in equipment to make my videos on that level. A lot of my videos you've seen before were shot and edited by some of my director friends that maybe don't do videos anymore, maybe move, you know. So now, like I said, now that certain resources are distant, I'm trying to become self-contained with my music videos. So I think I've just been spending a lot of time just figuring out how I can make these videos in-house and still have that great quality.
Okay. Yeah, man. Yeah, I feel you on that. Cool, man. So, another thing I do on the show is, you know, I kind of want to get, like, a good playlist for, like, the certain moves or certain events that I do, whether it's going to the gym or going on a road trip or something, you know what I mean? And so, you know, I kind of want to know what kind of song would you add to a playlist for, like, a first date or something?
For a first date, man, I'm playing Max B, man. I'm playing Max B. You know what I'm saying? Blow Me a Dove.
Oh,
I
shit.
think he's a dope, you know what I'm saying, first date. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's swag. You know what I'm saying? It's different. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really, like, I listen to, like, love songs and shit. Like, you know, I'm familiar with them, but you know, I'm not a big consumer of it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really have, like, love songs I can name for a first date. I said, like, some Max B or, like, shit, even what else, man? Man, I'm so fucking wild. I might fuck around and play some fucking I might play some Mozzie on a date, you know, on my first date. You know what I'm saying? Some wild Mozzie shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm different, man.
Yeah, man. Mozzie's like low key, like one of the future, like, legends. Honestly, man. Like everyone respects him and shit. You know what I mean? Like, even though, like, everybody in the, like, Northern California have, like, tension between each other, but, like, dude, he's respected by everybody, man. Like, he even has like collaborations from, like, with Sue Surf and, like, other types of you know, faces inside of, you know, hip hop. Dude, I fuck with Mozzie a lot. That's crazy.
Yeah, he's dope. Dope.
Cool. So 2025, man. Where do you see yourself at?
2025, man. Owning more property. A certain amount in the bank account. growing in my career, growing in my mindset, touring regularly, making a certain amount monthly off of music, certain cars, certain old school collectibles. Like I said, doing a lot of traveling, some dope collabos with some dope artists, healthy, staying healthy, very healthy in 2025. Clothing line, reaching different demographics, reaching different countries, a juice and smoothie food truck, residual income off of movies, modeling, owning more studios, renting out studios, daughter having a certain, amount of money in her trust fund and in her, getting her set up, having a few sources of passive income, ATM machines and, things of this nature, just progressing and getting my bread right, getting my mind right. I mean, it's right now, but it's elevating, my finance, elevating my spirit, elevating my wisdom, elevating just me as a person, who I am, all around.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I like those not goals, but like those things that you're putting down in stone that you want to get to and stuff. Like I never seen those smoothie trucks or nothing like that, and I love smoothies, and so I don't have enough of them though. That's something that I don't have. I mean,
right.
But collaborations. I mean, like what are some dream collabos you got in mind?
Man, pretty much, man. Just anybody, with a dope sound, with an original sound. It's a lot of different artists I fuck with all across the board. I don't want to name no specific names, like I'm hopping on nobody's jock. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely got an idea of the types of sounds that I think would make some dope music with me.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like your style is versatile, so I think you can really kind of collaborate with almost anybody.
Right.
One thing that I did kind of think of after hearing Yeah 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 and a couple other songs is that I think you should hit up Hippie C. I'll link you to one of his videos and stuff. I interviewed him. Ironically, now it seems like I planned this shit, but like his interview is releasing tomorrow, so whoever's watching this now, should know that already now. But yeah, I'm releasing the Hippie C interview tomorrow, but I'll link you to like some of his music and stuff. Kind of decide where you want to go with it from there, whether to just leave it there or not. But I can see a good collaboration with that.
That sounds good. You said what's the name?
Hippie C, like the letter C.
Okay, for sure. Yeah, send me some links.
Absolutely, man, for sure. And so, damn, man, and this was just like a improvised question, just because you just mentioned it right now. But fatherhood, you have a daughter?
Yeah, I have a daughter.
Okay, is that your only one, or you have multiple?
That's my only one.
All right, for sure. And so, how was it? How was it transitioning into fatherhood?
It's just growth. It's an experience. It's an experience like no other, and it's a love you feel like no other. You know what I'm saying? So it's just something. It's something. It's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? To say the least, it's motivation. It's like I said, a love that you feel nowhere else. And yeah, man, I'm just glad to be experiencing it.
Okay.
I'm glad to be experiencing it, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Well, salute you to that. Salute you with everything that's going on right now. You know what I mean? Just like an intro, I don't got an outro, but I do go by Tony Awdball. This is the Nod Conversation with a very special guest.
FOXSTA'S, Still Life Nation.
For sure, man. Thanks again for doing this, man. I really appreciate it.
No, you already know, man. Much love, man. Keep doing what you do, and we'll chop it up soon.
No, absolutely, man. After quarantine lifts up, man, I'm all for trying to get something in the works of person.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. We'll probably run part two on everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
Let's make that happen.
For sure, man. Peace and love.